And we are live. What's up, people? Welcome to this Friday Live by the Hood. I'm your host, as always. My name is Jimmy. My partner Corey's in the building with me. What's up, Corey?
Chilling, man. Living La Vida Loca.
Listen, man. Crazy week. Last couple weeks have been crazy, but at the end of the day, we still here. We still out here doing what we gotta do, man. Making it happen. Another positive week for the NDC. What's up with you, though, brother?
Man, my account been like whipsawing all week. I was down 3 grand. I was up $100. I'm down a couple $100 at the end of the week. Like my account was taking a absolute trashing. Then I stopped. I
I got diamond. Listen,
no. Listen,
today is
what's
Friday.
crazy is because I did hold some stuff because I was holding QQQ calls. Right,
Mhm.
I bought them Jones I bought QQQ when it was around 300, and that John was up and down. That John was bouncing like a damn uh I don't know what it was bouncing like a basketball. And then I just was like, all right, I'm just gonna hold this John. So I got 319 QQQ calls, and I had 319. So I bought them at 300. I had 310 calls because I was like, they not gonna let this joint just dive all the way down. But then that joint it shot up a little bit. Said bet when it hit 310, I'm selling this joint. Never hit 310. Got to about 307. Then that joint nose dive all the way back down to like 296 or
Mhm.
something crazy. And then by the end of the week, like today, that joint was at like excuse me, like three. It was like three something. So,
Man,
but
listen,
I'm
man.
not.
Listen,
Huh? I'm not selling it until it hit. Listen, I don't sell my Jones until they hit the strike price. So I'm trying.
yo,
Well,
real
that's
quick,
not true. That's not true.
for the folks coming in, do me a favor, please hit the like button, please share this. Check in with us, let us know what's going on. Listen, there was a moment in time yesterday. My account on a paper loss, I was down six figures, and I did nothing but laugh. Like I just bust out laughing. Like I've been here before. So the crazy part is, and I'm obviously, we don't know how this thing is going to play out. But when you go through bear markets, it just changes your perspective on investing in the whole nine. Um, which is probably why I'm the way I am now. But I literally yesterday at one point in time, I was down six figures and just laughed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what it is. It's a paper loss. Like, do you lose when you sell? You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, let's see. We got who we got right here? We got Jose checking in with us. Jose, what's up, King? How you? Bar's in the building. What's up, Bar? We can officially
Yeah.
start. Don is here. Hey, Shay, what's going on? How are you? Good evening. All right, so Bar says got the game Landcoin. Listen, man, go to Sandbox. Stop messing with Landcoin, man. Ain't no traffic over there, B. Got to get on the Sandbox. That's where all the traffic is. Larry, what's up? What's up, Larry?
You.
Anything goes LLC, man. Yo, Larry, if you watching still, put your website in there so we can share. Tell us about what your business does. We like to highlight any black owned business. Tell us about what your business does and what's the place that folks can reach your business because we definitely want to highlight you. Let's see. What's up, y'all? It's Adrian. I have the YouTube so I can listen while I get ready. Adrian, what's going on? Listen, don't get it twisted. We definitely waiting for them packs to drop. Like Corey already got one. They did me dirty this morning, and we talking about the Top Shot pack for those who don't know. I was number 150,000 in line, and somehow Corey got like 2,200. He knows somebody or something, so he already got his pack. They did me filthy though.
Yo,
You know what
what's
I'm
crazy
saying?
is,
Stu, what's up, brother? How you?
so when y'all gave out the alert, because I wasn't even paying attention.
See, this is what
When
I
y'all-
mean. You ain't even paying attention. You come in and get a pack. You
Yo,
know
I
what I mean?
wasn't paying any attention at all. And
What's up,
then
Andrea?
all
What
I know
guan,
is,
Andrea? What guan? What's goody?
then
Oh, see,
all I
Shay
knew,
got a pack too. Come
yeah,
on, man.
man.
Come on, man. All y'all got a pack. How come me and Adrian ain't get no pack? Listen, if you up 34% on that coin, get out of it, man. Take your money and run. Yo, I definitely didn't get no pack though. Hey Corey, your computer working yet, man? Because I want you to do this pack opening live on air if you get your computer to work, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to work right now. This joint acting stupid. It won't let me.
It's time to cop a new computer, brother. But for the folks out there listening, man, in the comments, tell us what kind of week you had in any sort of market. Like, how was your week? What did you guys experience this week? Because I got a lot of folks, who was scared. All right, here go Michelle. Michelle has a black-owned business, man. So this is dope. Real quick, want to highlight that. But Dion, good evening, brothers. Rough trading week, but SQQQ helped me out. I just started fighting it and roll with the inverse ETFs. Dion, amazing point. Corey talks about this all the time within our group. Learn how to use the inverse ETFs. So you just follow what the market is doing. Don't try to fight it. Okay, so Michelle got two businesses. And I definitely want to highlight this, man. Him and his wife they narrate books. So if you have a book and looking to get some narration done, ghostreaders.com.
Nice.
That's dope. Hey, yo,
That's
Michelle, how can we hear like a sample of something so we can see what y'all sound like or whatever? And he also has a black stock imagery. I actually need this. Umbrellastock.com. I'm actually gonna I'm a bookmark your site right now because I definitely use stock images.
Like a mug.
Umbrellastock.com. Okay, so that's dope. I like that. That's like you don't hear too many black-owned, stock imagery sites. Umbrellastock.com. I appreciate that, good brother. But also let us know we can hear some narration to check out what you and your wife are doing within the audiobook space too. You dig? Let's see. Everything was red, but it's part of the ride. That's absolutely true, Adrian. Tanisha, what's goody? How you? We have samples on the page. Okay, all right, Michelle, I'll go check that out. I'll definitely go check that out. And Jabbar says, stayed in too long. Check your text. All right, I'm going to check my text, bro. I got you. Yo, Malik checking in.
Yeah.
Yo, look at the skunk. You stunk it up this week, brother? Is that what you're trying to communicate right now, man? You stunk it up this week?
Yeah.
On a 1 month no trading journey, getting my psychology together. My retirement account is doing me justice while I prep for a home purchase in the next 2 years. Jose, that's actually pretty impressive, man, because once you start the trading, it's difficult to stop. So, but psychology is the most important thing. So, taking a break, sometimes you got to do that. I once stopped doing trades, not long-term investing, but trades. I stopped for an entire year at one point because I found myself chasing, and sometimes you got to do that. So Don says, down about 10K for the week, but I just laughed and bought more. That's how you're supposed to do it. I've been going shopping all week. Brianna, what's going on? Happy Friday.
Hey.
Oh, Michelle got a podcast. Yo, how come you ain't tell us none of this, man? Why you just bringing all the goods out now, man? We ain't know none of this. Right. We're not gonna support, man. I mean, you must got some more stuff. He said, let me stop before you kick me out. We're not gonna kick you out, bro. We like to support our own, man. So if you got a podcast, you got a, all those things run together, man. We definitely want to support you. Is your podcast about actually like audiobooks, or what's your podcast about? So we definitely want to support though. All right, so here's a good point. I don't have diamond hands like you, Doc. My trading account was red all week, but everything is a long hold, so I'll just wait. Listen, man.
That's the definition of diamond hands.
That is diamond hands. When we say diamond hands, we're talking about the fact that you don't have paper hands, but you have to sell right away, right? So you're going to hold throughout this. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? Your hands is solid like a diamond. You cool. You're okay with these fluctuations. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta build it up over time, man, because this thing is cyclical. The thing about it is, it's been about a 10-year ride that has been on a bull run, kind of. So if you weren't around for like 08, 09, if you weren't trading or investing then, you've never been through a bear market for real. You might have had a dip like last March, but you ain't been through no real, like a lot of folks who are in the market now, and I recognize today I was on Twitter for a minute. A lot of folks never been through a bear market, so they don't know what it's like to have double-digit days or an entire year when the market is down 50. I think at the end of 2008, the market lost like 50 to 60% of its value. Cats ain't about that life. Like when you live through that and go through that, and every day you're looking at your account just deplete, and you hold steady instead of selling, it changes you. I'm telling you. I loaded up on AMD on $100 leaps. Okay, so you cop some more AMD leaps. It's not a bad move. I was
Nah.
on my Apple joint. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. So we talk about our life as narrators. It moves around a bit. We talk about the work, getting it done with 5 kids, the literature itself. All right, that's what's up. So Dion says she also copped some AMD leaps. She got some January 2022. So Dion and Malik, y'all got the right idea, man. When the market takes dips like this, yo, get them leaps, especially if it's something that you believe in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Give yourself time to be right.
You picked up some more SAMP. You know what I'm saying? I cashed that out real nice. I cashed that out real nice. Had a mad at me on the John. So your computer still ain't working, bro?
It's loading. I had to restart it because what happened was
You've been on X
huh?
videos since you got a virus on there. You've been hanging on X videos too much, man. What's going on?
Nah, man, I had like 50 tabs open, and so when I tried to I turned my computer off 2 days just to get away from the computer, and then I tried to open it back up, and all those tabs was trying to load, and then it just start making my computer act crazy.
Yo,
So
for the folks that got the Top Shot earlier, yo, leave me a comment. Let me know what card y'all got. Did y'all open y'all pack up yet? Like, I'm just looking to see what folks got because a lot of packs had went out. So another thing that happened today was Kings of Leon dropped an NFT. Let me pull the story up so I can share what's going on with them. They dropped it.
they definitely dropped the NFT album.
And I know a lot of y'all have no idea who Kings of Leon is. I know one song, so I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I had no idea until they dropped the NFT album. Like, I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah, so let me share my screen real quick.
Who the heck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn.
All right, now me on. Kings of Leon will be the first band to release an album as an NFT. So they released their album as an NFT. I know some folks was in our chat talking about they got it. Literally as it's an investment. What's interesting to me though is something else they said that I didn't think about because this is running on the Ethereum blockchain. You have to pay gas when you buy it, and the gas they said the gas cost them like $60 or something, which was more than a damn album. Yeah. Yeah, so this is pretty interesting because, and another thing I found out about this story is this is still through the label though. But what's going to happen is you'll start to see people like just X the label out. So that'll be interesting right there as people start to recognize the power of NFTs because NFTs is not just about trading cards and collectibles. It could do all kinds of stuff. I was thinking about, and I said this on the show last couple of weeks. The market to me that's going to be crazy is college textbooks. Whoever owns them. Because think about it, like after you use a textbook, like you don't really need to keep it. But now, if you could, first of all, there is no reason to have a physical textbook in 2021. It just isn't. There's no reason to have a physical textbook. So now, if you don't have a physical textbook, you can sell an NFT. You know what I'm saying? And even if that student tries to resell it because you're the original seller, the thing about an NFT is it's on a blockchain. You can get a piece of it. So that will be interesting. That right there is what I'm thinking about when I think about the future of NFTs. You know what I'm saying? So Mache says he wants to do options. He has to finish the class. Listen, make sure you pay attention to DYO, man. All right, so Frank got his pack. He got Zach Levine, LE. That was his highlight. And he copped some more. So the Zach Levine, nice. Is it the 3-pointer? Let me know if that's that 3-pointer because I got that card. If it's the 3-pointer, you know what I'm saying? So he got a Julius Randle. Okay. I also got a Julius Randle. I got a Julius Randle dunk. Okay, so Chastity says she's listening to them. Okay. All right, that's what's up. Did you cop the NFT album or how you gonna hear this album? So Mache said he got PJ Tucker, Cole Anthony, 5617, and the Zach Levine. So they gotta stop giving out Zach Levines, man. I definitely did hear about the Wu-Tang NFT, which is funny because they said it's like a 400-pound book, but I'm like, you're gonna put it in digitally, so it's not really 400 pounds. The craziest thing, the brother who was always ahead of his time, the first artist I heard like foray into the NFT space and rest in power was MF Doom. And please capitalize that. He was in the NFT space before he passed away recently. Tanisha says she's waiting for the 8 p.m. Yo, me and you both. So I'm letting y'all know right now, either I'm gonna be off here before 8 or I'm gonna be on here trying to get one. You dig?
You dig. Oh, my computer is starting to come around.
ebooks are better for study anyway because of Control F. Yeah.
Yeah, because you could just find whatever page you're looking for.
I got Wu. Isn't Wu Tang supposed to have an album in NFT? I think it's a book. I mean, maybe there's an album like now because Wu Tang is always trying something different with a RZA. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So Matt got a Luca 8719. Luca's been having his cards have been shooting up. Okay. It's not the 3, it's a jump shot specific to this drop. Seeing in Stars Edition. See, I ain't getting none of these cards yet, so I don't know what Stars. I'm not even familiar with Stars Edition is, man. They did me dirty, man. What's the process at 8? So hopefully you have your Top Shot account set up. If you do have your Top Shot account set up, you just go there, click on packs, and you click on where they said the drop is going to happen. It'll show you the pack, and it'll give you a countdown when you're able to finally get in. I know multiple folks will hit me up when it's time to get in line, but it'll give you the countdown, right? So then once you have that countdown, you get into a line. Like, and a line is, the crazy part about the line is that the queue they put you in for the line is random as hell. Because I have folks that sit next to me and jump in line after me and get a better spot.
Like me, just today. Because I ain't get in, like the joint dropped at 12 o'clock. I ain't get into like 12:52.
See, you dirty, man. That's crazy, man. That's not fair. It ain't fair. All right, so I feel like Nip was heading in the NFT direction with a smart store. Nip was definitely ahead of his time, man. He was definitely in a crypto space, and he was trying to make moves in terms of his smart store as well. So, man, I agree with you. Crystal, what's up, Crystal? How are you? You said lowest ass 200 right now. You can't complain.
For the Luca John?
No, he's talking about the Zach Levine.
Oh, I ain't mad at that either. Hell.
Well, NFT is YouTube's revenue, with artists making his way to that space. Now, I guess it depends upon how you look at it, right? YouTube's revenue is so crazy right now. I just read an article that said YouTube gets more traffic than every cable network and TV network combined. YouTube TV is grabbing market share. So I don't know that it necessarily affects YouTube's revenue per se, because here's one of the things that YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, they have all the eyes now. So I think about this from a creative standpoint. If I'm a creator and I want to get my product in front of as many people as possible, it's damn near impossible. I'll tell you. All right, so for us, we have a podcast that airs every Wednesday. If I check the analytics of our podcast, and that includes YouTube, Facebook, all the different audio platforms, 82% of the traffic that comes to our podcast, 82% of our listenership comes from Apple, which is insane. 82%. So that means that other 18% is split up amongst Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, all the other podcast platforms, and 82 come from Apple. So with that being said, imagine me trying to say, we're going to go the NFT route and not be on Apple. It would just decimate our audience. So you have to have like a cult-like following that's willing to buy directly from you if you're, moving in the NFT realm. Someone brought something up to me earlier, which was interesting, that even if you are in a major label that still does the traditional marketing, the NFT will allow you to pay royalties in a different way because everything's on a blockchain. So it could affect the music business more than YouTube, but YouTube has all the eyeballs. Like if you're putting out digital video content, you also have Vimeo, you have a bunch of like different sites, but all the traffic's on YouTube. So it's kind of like you have to be there. Now, if you're able to build a cult-like fan base where you don't have to be there and you have, say, 1,000, 2,000 fans that are willing to follow you anywhere, that kind of changes things. But as of right now, I was about to tell you, close your other one, bro. As of right now, you have to be on YouTube. So can't wait until the market opens up to catch Joker slipping.
Marketplace.
Okay, so here's Jamil. He has a question. He's talking about the Dr. Seuss books. Although I don't own one, how do you list any of the Seuss books on the blockchain? And can you sell a digital copy if you own one along with the physical? No. So the Seuss books are going for high prices, but that's for the physical version, not the digital version. You can't take your book and create it like a digital version and then try to resell it. Like there's copyright laws against that. Like,
I was sad because when he was saying, because basically one of the sites banned it. I said, listen, sell it on the blockchain somewhere because
yeah, you get yourself in trouble like that, bro, because you can't just copyright someone else's. Someone tried to do that with art. They were taking like art that's in the physical world and just taking like photos of it, what have you, but put it on the blockchain, and they got their whole joint shut down. They got banned from that again because it's blockchain. You could probably go back in, but they'll shut you down for that. You can't do that because now you're violating copyright laws. So you can't really sell that on the blockchain because you don't have the right to sell that. Let's see. Corey, I'm assuming you have a PC. Uninstall any old unused programs. Clear your internet history and cache. Yeah, man. You see all that. He's trying to tell you how to get your computer working, man. He's on his computer now.
Yeah.
He just had to close out X videos. He's good now.
I got these 50 Jones at the top. You'll see it when I bring my
computer. That gives me anxiety. I hate when I hate it on people's. People have 67 tabs open on their computer. It gives me anxiety. When someone got their cell phone and they have like 1,000 notifications at the top, it gives me anxiety. Like that's just it's uncalled for. I believe it. I stay on YouTube. Crystal, listen, I live on YouTube. I'm the YouTube conspiracy god. Like, you know what I'm saying? She got strawberry hands. Is that
true? That's funny. Strawberry hands.
So sure, right. How come everybody got a pack, yo? I got Tatum, Lillard, and Holiday.
All right, so I got it ready to go down if you're ready to look at this, John, and see what I get.
Right. Now, Frank, that's why I said with college textbooks, that's why I say whoever owns those companies. So now a lot of those companies already sell them in the Apple bookstore as well as the Kindle version. I was talking about if it comes directly from the company. If it comes directly from the company and it's on a blockchain with a specific serial number indicating that it comes from that company, now you could probably resell it then, and the kickback will go to them because it's on a blockchain. But it's not like it's being utilized. It's not being initiated by someone who doesn't own the right to do so. That's what I mean by that. All right, so you want to share your screen? You about to open this pack?
All right, let me go to share.
Corey about to open this pack right now. We're gonna see if he got some Garbito, so he got something good.
Right.
I'm jealous, bro. Listen. I got the pack the other day that the pre-order pack. You know what I mean? But they did me dirty. I won't say they do me dirty again because it's supposed to be 3 drops if I'm not mistaken, and everybody's supposed to get one, but everybody's not going to get one.
Can you see? Is it my screen share?
Yes, it is. I'm about to pull it up now. And Adrian, let you know, I'm gonna get to your question in a second. Let me let Corey do his thing here. All right, bro. So you about to open your pack now. So for those who are just tuning in, this is Corey. About to have a live pack opening while we're on air. So everybody in the comments, let him know if he got trash or not. So
y'all ready? I'm about to open it. Boom.
We got the pre-order. Let's go.
It's shaking. Let's see what shake loose.
Trying to get a Charizard?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the first edition Pikachu.
All right, let's go.
Oh, man, they got the music. I'm starting in the middle. Revealing.
Let's see what you got here. I see Dunk.
Chris Boucher Dunk.
Bobby Boucher. Ew.
Yeah, he boomed on boy. Yeah. He definitely boomed on boy.
What number is that?
23,000 out of 35,000 plus.
Okay, so now they at the 35,000 joints. Okay, cool. All right, let's see what's next.
That's trash. Let's see. 17,000. Oh, Harden layup. Okay. Murder. Nice.
Dope. So 17,000. That's another 35,000. What's that? You got
that's common. Yeah. Okay. So these is common.
Both of those is common.
So let's see what he's hitting for. 25-33. Ooh, Kyrie layup. Ew.
Ew.
Ew. Hey, he freaked Draymond. Yeah, this one This one worth a couple dollars.
What is that?
2,500 out of 10,000.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's hard. 25. Okay,
Limited edition.
that's a LE. Oh, you
Yeah.
cooking right now? All right. So while you on here, let's go look at him though. Let's go see what that Kyrie and Harden is hitting for on
All right.
the marketplace. That's dope. Kyrie and Harden.
All right.
You probably gotta go back to the home screen.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to grab a pack, dog. Like,
Trying to go back to the home screen.
NBA Top Shots ain't to do me dirty like that. You can't find a home screen, bro?
Oh, I see that. All right. No, they making
There we
me
go. Let's go to the marketplace.
collection my moments. All right, so
Click on Kyrie or Harden, either one.
yeah, let's do this. This Kyrie.
Let's click on where it says 303. 303 available. Crazy part is
Yeah.
it's 304 when you click somebody that sold one. All right, so the lowest for sale right now is 314.
Yeah,
All right,
that's not bad.
not at all.
And then let's go back. Let's do this Harden. 317 for sale. $55.
Okay. I mean, you paid less than that for the whole pack.
Yeah, I paid $24 for the pack, so I'm up a nice percentage on this pack.
Dope. That's dope.
And then let's see what this Chris Boucher going for. It's probably going for like 11 cents, but
Let's see what Bobby Boucher going for.
as you can see, I had my Dinwiddie up there. That's the one I trade back and forth. 135 available. 18 bucks. Yeah, this joint just hitting the marketplace.
God,
So,
that's
it's a-
dope.
yeah, he mushed on board. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
All right, that's dope. So you got a Kyrie, and you got a Harden, man. That's fire. So let me go back to these questions right here. So she says this is a little off topic, but with all these companies wanting to buy Bitcoin, what do you see as the pros and cons for the rest of us? Do you think they're going to bastardize Bitcoin? Right. So first off, I think that this is why we've been screaming to everybody to buy Bitcoin over the last several years, because once this happens, I mean, first of all, there's only going to be 21 million, right, ever made, right? So once those 21 million hit, understand that 21 million means that there's not enough for every millionaire in the world to have a Bitcoin, let alone the world. There's not enough for every millionaire in our country to have a Bitcoin, which is why, because of scarcity, it's going to have a certain value associated with it. As long as enough people are willing to believe that it holds value, it will hold value. And with this buy-in from the institutions, it's giving more credibility to the space. So when you think about what value is, things hold value because we say they hold value. And there's enough people, there's a mass amount of people that are giving Bitcoin value. This is why a lot of those other shit coins, if they don't have utility, will never be what a Bitcoin is, because there isn't a massive amount of people that are buying into the fact that it holds value. So it's going to be sad because it's supposed to be the people's money, but at this point, it's not even going to be the people's money. And when you look at what the institutions are doing, they're getting themselves in place so they won't be left out. If everybody years ago decided to we're going to move to Bitcoin, they would have been in trouble. But the banks are now buying it. You know, you got funds buying it, publicly traded companies buying it. You know, so it's actually sad to me. Excellent book. Bitcoin in Black America by Isaiah Jackson, Bitcoin Zay, and he talks about how Bitcoin, is the answer to a lot of our problems in the Black community. It's a pretty good book, and it gives you a whole different perspective of what Bitcoin is outside of us just buying it from a pure investment standpoint. So Michelle says, I love the idea of college checks on a blockchain, but then gas fees would make that impossible. Now, here's the thing about that, right? So gas fees are out of control. And the Ethereum blockchain isn't the only blockchain that
To do that.
Yeah, to do it, right? So for instance, Flow. We buy NBA Top Shots on Flow's blockchain.
Yeah, that's a Flow blockchain. Tezos has a OK blockchain.
Tezos has NFTs as well. Also Wax. Wax has a blockchain. That's where the Street NFTs, as well as some other NFTs, Garbage Pail Kids, they're all on a Wax blockchain. So it doesn't have to be the Ethereum blockchain. Now, Ethereum Ethereum is the most popular blockchain with most traffic. But they're working on a new protocol, which is supposed to hit in July. Who knows? Because it was actually supposed to hit 2 years ago, but we'll see what happens to lower gas fees. But now let's just say that the gas fees aren't lowered. The thing about gas fees are it's still cheaper than buying a textbook. I don't know the last time any of you guys have been to school and see how much textbooks, but
listen, I got kids in school now.
Them textbook prices is ridiculous.
Murder.
So Michelle's next point is that there were 200,000 people online today. So here's the problem with that. They were supposed to have 3 drops, and each one was supposed to have like 60,000 or so given away. So even if they're full every drop, now you can't get more than one. So Corey already got his, so he can't get another one. But I mean, it was over 200,000 people.
Supposedly.
Look, go try it yourself, dog. Don't get your account shut down. But all I'm saying is,
I ain't talking about this account.
Listen, man.
My wife has an account.
I understand you. All I'm saying is, there's more people wanting a pack than they'll get a pack. So obviously, some folks will get left out. If I don't get a pack, that's just the worst luck in the world, dog. That means that I'm one of the 20,000 folks in the world that couldn't get one. So Jamil says, how do you list the physical copies of the Suits books on the blocks? You can't. Like, you can't. The blockchain is digital. You can't, like, you can have a representation of a physical item on the blockchain, but it's digital. There is no, you can't. That's just impossible. That's not a thing. Let's see. Yeah, Kyrie in his LA. That Kyrie is nice. Kyrie 300. Look at this. $300 for a bio book, and I barely opened it. College textbook game is crazy.
Out of control. Yeah, man. I was putting up a post this week.
I know. I'll be trying to tell him to chill, man. He be on these recordings drawing, man.
I do a lot. Man, listen, man. I'm only telling on one person because I don't do no crimes with no one else. So there's only one person that can get told on.
But what was you about to say though? You put up a post about what now?
Oh, I was just about the 1,000 different ways we getting it behind the paywall. You know where we at, man, behind the wall, man. Like it's crazy. Like it's people behind, like in the bottom hood joint that's getting it ungodly. And the thing is, it's because we all share information, man.
Yeah.
And the reason why we were giving away information for free, and people was not respecting that at all, like at all, because they was figuring like if we was giving it away for free, it's not worth nothing. And we put up a little baby paywall, and it's like you need to pay whatever that little baby paywall is and get behind the wall, man.
And for the folks watching, I'm just sharing this because he just mentioned that, right? So tomorrow, as you can see, Pastor Carter, as he looks like on here, Malik Carter, real estate coach Carter. He looks like Creflo on his picture though.
Yeah.
Pastor Carter and I tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. We're going to talk about the stock market, intro to the stock market, answer questions, help folks get started. So if you got family or friends that you want to tune in, make sure they tune in. How you register is by texting the word stock to 215-366-0011. We're going to have giveaways. You know, we're going to have continue our debate. Me and Malik got a debate about what's the greatest mixtape of all time. I know that has nothing to do with the stock market, but it actually does. And, you know, you tune in, you'll see how. But anyway, yeah, so make sure you guys like check this out tomorrow. This is free. It's completely free. You know, bring your questions, bring your people, you know, just pull up. So this tomorrow at 7 p.m. and to register, text the word stock to 215-366-0011. So I definitely want to share that with the folks. So let's see. Oh, Zakina says she's in the waiting room. So guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to jump in this waiting room.
For sure.
Thank you for letting me know that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. she rents her books if she can.
Yeah, as you should.
All right, so I'm in the way. Sakina, I appreciate that. So, oh, they make you go to that. I'm not a robot, John. Did you already talk about the Bleacher Report NFT featuring rap artists 2 Chainz and Quavo? Honestly, Matt, I didn't even see that. I
Yeah,
was in Marcus today. I didn't even see that, so I gotta look that up. I'm gonna look it up now. 23 minutes to the drop, so I'm definitely in there now. He said, yeah, like the breakdown of warrants and SPAC. So yeah, like we had a breakdown this week of warrants and SPAC that was crazy. Crazy. Sakina, I just want to tell you again, thank you.
appreciate you.
She's in the queue as well. We all in the queue trying to grab our things. So let me look this up real quick. You said it's an NFT, Bleacher Report NFT. I want to see what this is about. I didn't see it. Let's see. Oh, Jack Harlow. Yeah, everybody in the space, boy.
Finally.
Quavo, little baby too. All right, so let me share this for the folks watching. And thank you, Matt, for bringing that to our attention because I didn't even see this because there's way too much going on right now. But I'm glad you showed me this because this is just going to further prove my point right here. Like so, Bleacher Report joins the blockchain frenzy with NFT sales. So you see 2 Chainz and Jack Harlow, but they also got Quavo, little baby, digital basketball images minted with 2 sets. It's also going to come with a physical version. And they're charging 0.4 ETH, $600. By the time you pay gas fees, that's $700. Let's just say that it's part of All-Star Weekend. Okay. Here's the thing, right? And I said this, it's on the video that's on our channel. Yo, most of these NFT projects aren't going to make it. They're just not going to make it. Like, I'm just letting y'all know that right now from the rip. You're going to see a lot of folks flooded into the space, and it's going to be a lot of garbage in the space, and a lot of it end up worthless. One of the reasons I'm so big on Top Shot is because it's Top Shot, and they have to deal with the NBA, and there's like a built-in scarcity thing built, that's kind of with that. But you're going to see all kinds of NFTs. I mean, to keep it a buck, I sold the NFT that, I guess it has money. Who knows if it does? But I was doing it as a test to see how the market worked. But that's a little different. Tory Lane's music NFT dropping on Bondly. See, that's the run is on now at this point. Blah, 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 blah. What time zone is the class tomorrow? That is Eastern Standard Time. So 7 p.m. EST is the time for that. It's a great question right here. How do you structure your day to stay productive between lives, interviews, the markets, crypto, reading, YouTube, family, etc., watching YouTube for entertainment, education? My biggest kill is 7-8 hours a day. As a newbie, I feel like I'm a overwhelmed procrastinator. Listen, that's a constant struggle.
That's definitely a struggle. That's the struggle we deal with the hardest.
Yeah, so go ahead, Corey. I'll let you answer this question. It's a great question.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I spend almost zero time. I'm like a unicorn. I spend almost zero time on YouTube or zero time watching TV. Because basically I'm reading for education or I'm reading for I'm reading for education 90% of the time because I'm an educator, and between our business and education and stuff like that, so I'm reading for education 90% of the time. Then the other time, we discussing how we want to move our business forward, or we just, I'm on the phone with students or on the line with students, or then I'm with my family. You know what I mean? So, like, I might click the basketball game on. Like, I got the TV on behind me, but you see, I'm working. Like, I put the TV on as a way to, like, distract myself, but it don't even, like, I'm not even watching. I don't even really care what's on. You know what I mean? And so it's just, I try to stay productive by doing the things that are productive. You know what I mean? Like, so, people be talking about what they seen on Netflix or Amazon. I haven't seen anything. I can't remember the last thing I watched was something for our show, which was the joint with Malcolm X and all of them in it. The One Night in Miami, and I watched it for the show. or else I wouldn't even watch that. So
Yeah.
I spend zero time. Not that entertaining yourself not important, but I just don't feel, I don't feel a need to do all of that stuff.
See, now I'm a little different, right? And that's the thing. You have to figure out what works for you. But it is a constant struggle. I won't lie to you, Jamil. That's like when you start to get into the markets and you run a business and everything. It's a constant struggle. So, um, what has helped me honestly is working on systems, figuring out technology and things that'll help me remain productive, but also get a lot accomplished. So most of the time during the course of the day, I'm in the market, but I'm not in the market as much as people think I am. Like I do a lot of analytics when it comes to real estate during the day. So I'm looking at real estate data most of the day. I'm looking at real estate data. Um, and how I'm able to do that and still be in the market is if you guys watch our Sunday show, I set my trades in the beginning of the week and don't even have to look back. I just don't have to. When it comes to the crypto space, I have my long-term holds. I just set it and forget it. I'm big on dollar cost averaging into most of my holdings. So therefore, when it comes to precious metals, when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to my long-term stock holds, I have them on autopilot. When it comes to my trading life, I figure out what trades I'm gonna make and I set those up with OCO orders. One cancels the other and let it go. So by using technology that way, it enables me to do other things. Now, I used to read one book a week, and actually, I've read one book a week every year for the last 10 years, with the exception of last year, because of time. It's a time thing, and also, so I started going to one book every 2 weeks, and now I do about 26 books. So I do a lot of reading as well. Um, but some of my reading is for entertainment. It's not just for educational purposes. And but what I realized is by reading things that aren't necessarily for education, I still take business lessons out of them, right? When I read something that's like fiction, it helps me to be more creative as it applies to business and figure out ways to try and do things. A great example of that is I'm reading Sister Soldier's new book right now. That is not a business book, but I definitely just started reading it. When I get off here, I'm going to watch Coming to America. So I still make time for things that I enjoy. I'm a big hoops head, so basketball. But at the end of the day, I use technology and set systems, and those systems allow me to be productive. And that's really what it's about. It's about working on a system. And even as it pertains to business, whatever business you have, it's important to work on systems. We have this thing in our community where we're trying to we're quote unquote hashtag team no sleep, and you gotta outwork the next person. All of that is bizarre. It's goofy. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. You listen. The wealthiest people I know don't work themselves to death. They don't. What they figure out is they figure out systems. You know what I'm saying? So and that's the point. When you figure out systems, you're able to do things. You're able to use leverage. One of the cheat codes is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Because I'm transparent with everybody. One of the cheat codes to our success is building a community. So when you build a community and you share information, we all make each other better. Like as much as me and Corey study and learn and have experience to try to help the people that are a part of our university, you guys help us. For instance, you just came on here and told me, "Yo, get in line for the drop." I wasn't even paying attention. Now I'm in line for the drop. So you actually, and if you read the book called Own Your Time and Space, which is an amazing book, by the way, you can find it at ownyourtimeandspace.com or ByTheHoodUniversity.com. We talk a lot about time, right? So when you talk about time, one way to kind of make time work in your favor, because they say everybody has 24 hours. We got different hours. My time is different than a lot of folks because I have a whole team full of people looking at different information. I know that Leslie's researching her reports and she's going to bring it back to the group. You know what I'm saying? I know that Spoon is looking at all kinds of charts. I know, and I'm looking at what I'm looking at, but when we come together, we share information. I got more time now. Now I have more than 24 hours because I'm borrowing time from Corey. I'm borrowing time from Leslie. So that's the cheat code right there. The cheat code is to get involved in the community. If you're watching this and you're not involved in any sort of community, then
Get involved.
Get involved with one. I don't care whether it's like you're kicking it with us or kicking it with somebody. But by doing that, we laugh, we share jokes or whatever, but we actually stretch our time out by just sharing resources and information. So I think that's the most powerful thing about being productive. You know what I mean? Is figuring out hacks. So that whole Team No Sleep thing I laugh when I see that. LLC Twitter and Team No Sleep are the funniest things in the world to me. So Let's see. But that was a great question, though, Jamil. Thank you for that question because I think that was a very excellent question. But even with all that being said, it's still a struggle. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. And it probably always will be. Couldn't even find it. Celine, what's up, good brother?
Yeah.
Our latest podcast asked the question, is fiction a waste of time? Mache, I will say absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And I've gotten this debate with folks, but a lot of fiction books have taught me more about business than nonfiction. When I read books like Animal Farm, when I read books like A Sister Soldier book, when I read Ashley and Jaquavis, like some of those, it helps your creativity. Like it's one thing to regurgitate someone's life in terms of a biography or someone to give you their perspective on investing or trading or what have you. But when you get into some of these books and people are like using their creative juices, a lot of times that helps you in business. So my answer to that question would be absolutely not.
Yeah, that is not.
Mix it
Fiction
in.
is not a waste of time.
Mix it in.
Like Matrix was fictional,
Matt,
but
appreciate it.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
the Matrix,
There's a lot of
the Matrix opened up your mind, bro. Like it'll open up
like
your mind.
it was fictional, but it wasn't fictional. Like you can lie to you can take a you can if you can draw the parallels, you can uplift yourself in a crazy way when you read fictional, depictions of things.
Yeah. She ain't never lied. Team No Sleep will give you health issues in the long run too. Another great question. When reading books, do you read so many pages per day or do you read by minute, hour per day? That all varies, right? So I read books in various ways. I'm a big digital guy. So I have Kindle, Audible, but I also have hardcover books. But to be honest with you, the only hardcover books I get are things like, so I got a couple hardcover books right here next to me. And the only reason I got these books hardcover is because they don't make them in digital versions. They're like classics. So I'll share it with you guys. So this one right here this book has actually been banned. It's called The History of Central Banking, something I'm looking at right now. Excellent book. This other book right here, it is digital, but I got the physical version because our brother who's been on our show, Ash Cash, sent me this book before he dropped it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reading this one called Making Sense of Kanye. It's about Kanye and business. So shout out to Ash Cash for that. And this one right here is also out of print. It's called Bill, Brother Bill by Leon Sullivan.
Yo, that book is major.
This book right here is fire. This is another classic book that's out of print. So I get the physical versions when they're out of print, but like I get a lot of digital books. So it all depends. I listen to Audible a lot too. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm working out, in the shower, whatever, I'm listening to audio books too. So I do a little bit, I do a combination of hardback, and paperback. But I absolutely love books. Books is like a guilty pleasure of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where, I was going to do a podcast, but nothing about books. Like books is my thing. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So Don says the same thing, man. Fiction books build your creative and enhances the way you think.
Sure.
And that's the thing, man. Like you gotta make from that fiction book.
Yo, listen, I read comic books as a kid, man.
Love
Like
them.
it opened my mind to whole new possibilities. Like comic books is one of the reasons why I never thought that anybody could stop me from doing anything.
Yo, one of the illest writers of all time is Octavia Butler. Let's not get it twisted. The ancestor Octavia Butler is one of the greatest writers of all time, and she writes like sci-fi. She's a sister, but like Octavia Butler
Is she passed?
Let me see. Octavia Butler, she still with us? I don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to say nothing wrong here because you just made me feel like
because I might have missed it, man, because so many people been getting out of here with the
Octavia Butler died in 06, bro.
Oh, all right.
So she's definitely an ancestor, but she's one of the illest writers, bar none. You scared me for a minute, like, damn, did I just kill her off?
No, man, listen, man.
But I'm pretty sure she had passed her because she was born in like the 40s, but her pen was fire. So if anybody has never heard of Octavia Butler, please pick up an Octavia Butler book. And you ask me which one, it don't even matter. She's fire. And a lot of people say that The Matrix was stolen from her. I'm not gonna get into those conversations, but I will say that we got some amazing Black writers, even as it pertains to sci-fi. And Octavia Butler, to me, is at the top of that class. So look, there you go, right here. You ain't never lie. Afrofuturism sparks my nerdy soul. Yeah, and that's another good point too, yo. Mache says, I don't want to spoil the show, but yeah, I quote Marvel films a lot all the time. Fiction tells the truth despite the fact that it isn't true. Yo, I noticed that a lot of times with some of these like adult cartoons, yo, they be getting off stuff that you'll never get off in the
Yeah,
traditional sense. And Crystal, you already know we in line.
yes, indeed. I have to tell my wife to get in line. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that now.
Crystal said, if you saw my Kindle book count, Kindle, Kindle book. Crystal, answer this question. Do you have more stocks or more Kindle books? I wonder which one you got more of. Yeah, my Kindle books is dumb. So is my Audible. I got a bunch of both of them. Yeah, she is deceased. That's what I was about to say. Like, Corey made me feel like I killed her off. Bloodchild and Parable. I read comic books all the time. Michelle, what's your favorite comic book? And she said, Corey, get LaGuardia. That's the name of a book she wants you to get. Come on, man. Children of Blood and Bone, dog. I read both of them already. What we doing here, man? Now you talking about language, man. See, this is
Yeah,
this is a side of me y'all don't even know about. Like, I already read both of them, bro. Waiting for the movie right now. Jamil says, I attribute comic books to me learning how to actually read and being a straight A student, K through 8.
yep, same thing. That's how I learned to read. I learned to read. I learned to read reading Archie's.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, I want to know, Michelle, what's your favorite comic? Crystal, what's your favorite comic too? I want to know what your favorite comic is. So, she said more Kindle books. I'm just messing with you. Kindred is fire, and I'm reading Parable of the Sower. All right. Oh man, y'all about to have me. I gotta watch this back later on and give me a whole new section of books to get now, man. Because now y'all speaking my language, man. But I definitely want to know what's your favorite comic or the folks out there that like comics. Also, make sure you support like up and coming creatives in that space. We had a couple brothers that were on our show that are working in that space, and they create independent comics, and they put in work. So Spider-Man guy, Justice League New 52. Cool. What's your favorite comic book of all time?
I like different comics for different things. So my favorite Marvel comic of all time is X-Men. That's like a
Just the
the
franchise?
yeah, just the franchise. Like I'm not really a fan of any of the characters all extra heavy. Um, but and for DC, um,
Archie, Richie, Rich, and Bazooka Joe. Shout out to Bazooka
yep,
Joe.
Bazooka Joe.
Yo,
Um,
my teeth just hurt thinking about them hard ass Bazooka Joe games.
those, the little comic coming them
Yeah,
Joe, break your damn teeth off.
freaking your teeth over there.
Um, man. My favorite comic that I've read that wasn't Marvel is Marvel now, but it wasn't Marvel at the time I read it was Spawn.
Hmm. My favorite comic of all time, and this is not even difficult, is Why the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan. That to me is like when I read that to me that's one of the most well written things like in any genre. Take it out of comics, like that series. And I heard it. Well, it got bought for a film several times. It hasn't been made yet. But Why the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan to me is the illest comic, or because I wouldn't want to call it a comic. I don't want to disrespect it. What's the other word for it when you try not to sound like a kid and you don't call it a comic?
It's a literature, something like I
A
don't
graphic
know.
novel. It's the greatest graphic novel. But yeah, if anybody out there, let me know if you ever read that. It's called Why the Last Man, and the writer is Brian K. Vaughan. Brian K. Vaughan is an amazing writer in general, so I like a lot of his work. But sometimes when they try to like translate it to film or TV, it gets kind of trash. Like he wrote Under the Dome. Also, believe it or not, I'm looking at my books now. Another one that's amazing that they kind of ruined when they took it to TV, and now they done spawned off like multiple versions of it with the zombies being on the West Coast and now they're on the East Coast. Like that comic itself, though,
The Walking Dead.
the Walking. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't say what. The Walking Dead. That comic is far superior to the show. The actual comic is insane. Like it's insane. It's to the point that when I read the comic and I start watching the TV show, I say, "Yo, this is trash." And everybody's like, "No, this show is fire." I'm like, "No, the book." So, you know, If you haven't read that one as well, it's in black and white, but it's absolute fire. X-Men for sure. Check out Sandman too. Yeah. Oh yeah, Crystal, we get busy. We definitely read.
Yeah.
It's called Y, like the letter Y. Y, the
So,
last man. That's what it's
so
called.
I'm gonna tell you this. My son reads like 5 graphic novels a week. Like he reads one a day because he got this website where he pay. Well, I'll pay, but but and he reads like these anime graphic novels and like he be on that joint all day. I'm like, what you reading? He be like some crazy anime. Like so, he was reading the Fist of the North Star. He was reading it though. Like and so I guess before it becomes a film, it's called one thing when it's the book, and then another thing when it's the film. It's called anime when it's the film, but it's called something else when it's the book.
Oh,
version.
manga or something like that.
Manga, yeah.
Manga, yeah.
So yeah, he be reading the manga. So that's like the backstory. He be reading the manga, Jones, and then and then he watches the movies.
So this is it right here, Michelle. It's called Why the Last Man. But this John is heavy. Like, yeah, to me, it's the single best graphic novel I've ever read. And I've read a lot of graphic novels, a lot of them. Like, my collection is insane. But yeah, so yeah, we definitely in the books. And like I said, it's not just nonfiction. I read a lot of nonfiction too, but I do a lot of reading in general.
Yeah. So
Uncanny X-Men, Dawn of the
I
Punisher.
used to be almost totally the opposite. I used to read like 90% nonfiction and then 10% for for education and entertainment purposes. You know what I mean? But then now, as an educator, it's almost exactly the opposite because of time. Like I don't, like I've been trying to read with my kids and I can't even get all the reading in, right? Because I was just reading
Under the Dome, real quick though, about Brian and Shay. It was about both of them. So Under the Dome, the original work was Stephen King, but Brian K. Vaughan EP the project and changed most of the writing allegedly. So he was the showrunner for the show. So but he's also the writer of Why the Last Man and a couple other ones. He wrote another one called Ex Machina or Ex Machina, however you want to pronounce it, but Ex Machina, which was absolute fire too. But he definitely was behind. You can look it up though. It's Brian K. Vaughan. He was the EP. I know he was the showrunner for the Under the Dome, but Stephen King.
Jim, check your place in the pack.
Oh, listen, I'm already looking, dog. 40 seconds. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I'm here. I had to stop reading TW. Why you had to stop? Oh yeah, The Boys was insane too. Yeah. I do Audible for personal development.
Nice.
Stu, man, listen, man. If they do me dirty this time, man, I'm gonna be right back again. I know I'm gonna talk trash. I'm gonna be back. How many of y'all watching right now?
This is my current read right now.
Oh, I got that joint. That's hard.
Yeah, so this is my current read right now. I can't do audiobooks. Audiobooks put me to sleep. I don't care who's reading them, Joe.
Hey, Crystal, you said something the other day. I just want you to know, Crystal, you said something the other day, right? And it got me thinking. And it's something I think I'm gonna do. You were talking about having like a gold stock, something where you can put a small amount until you actually get one share. And I was telling you, like, Berkshire A was on my list. But I think I'm moving away from that though. I think I'm gonna do something that's actually more attainable, and I probably could buy a couple now by get rid of my Berkshire A joint. But I think I'm gonna go to Google to answer your question. But let you know, I'll be paying attention to what you said. It made me think about that. Because I think Google is going to win this war and run the whole world, but that's neither here nor there. That's a whole other conversation for a different show. So for right now, I'm gonna let y'all know where I am in line. I ain't getting nothing. They did me dirty again, dog.
They put you in the 100,000s again?
Dog, I'm 128,413. Did me dirty again. Where y'all at? For those that are in line, let me know where you at in line. They did me dirty again, dog.
But I wouldn't leave though, because it's probably a lot of people back in line that don't know.
My man just texted me. They told him no, he can't. He sent me the screenshot. When you try to join them, you already been in. They don't even let you in.
Damn.
They did me dirty again. I'm at 128K, yo. So.
Damn. No love.
Yeah, no love for me. Your audiobooks are great in the car, in the shower, when you're cooking. Yeah, they definitely are. That's the move right there. Google's definitely a good one. All right, so Sakina, you look like you're gonna get something.
Yeah.
761. Crystal, they did you dirty again too. Okay. 55. You gonna get one? Oh, that hurts because man, you under 100,000. They definitely did you dirty. Steph like, you gonna get one. I made it, mama. Steph is at 53,000. All right, so Jose, I was talking to Crystal the other day, and she was saying that she was asking, is there like a specific stock that's like a dream stock, something that you put a smaller piece away to eventually acquire one share? And I think she was speaking in reference to Amazon. And my answer to her was, yeah, like a BRKA. So the BRKA, I understand that you can get B shares instead of the A share, but it was more of like a long-term goal type play. Like, yo, if I can, get
One share.
yeah. Imagine
Just
having
one.
one share of a company that's worth $300,000. That's insane. But I mean, technically speaking, you own the businesses that are within there. But I think Google is going to be a stock that's going to be worth could be worth that in the future. All right, Stevie getting one too. Well, congrats to y'all that seems to be getting one, man. So Patricia seems like she's about to get one. I didn't get one earlier. I was 74,000, but you got one now. Yeah, man. Hopefully someday you'll show me some love, man. My first goal was BlackRock. Yeah, BlackRock
is a nice stock. It's
Listen,
a damn nice stock.
I used to have a ton of shares of BlackRock. I had a lot. I had a whole lot of BlackRock. I got rid of it though.
That was one of my first stock crushes too.
Listen, I had 100 shares of BlackRock and sold all of them and bought NGK. But that's for the book. Yeah, Don, that's what I was saying. I was like, BRKA is really like some gold type stuff. But I was thinking about it. I was like, by the time I get there, old man gonna be gone, and I don't even know if I want it at that point.
Yeah, yeah, dude in his 90s.
Yo, that divvy is definitely nice when it hits. I ain't gonna hold you. But I'm gonna tell you what though, crypto changed my life. So crypto got me looking at dividends like they silly. Google and Amazon will be my dream stocks, right? So Jose, the thing is, I own a ton. My biggest holding in my portfolio is MGK, the mutual fund. Well, not mutual fund, ETF, excuse me. And Google and Amazon are amongst its top 10 holdings.
Yeah.
All right, so Jamil, here's what
I'm not going to say what I got 5 stocks in my portfolio. Period.
You've really scaled down. You scaled down. You used to be the one with all of them. I was the one with the small.
I did. I scaled down. I got 5 stocks in my entire portfolio now. Because
I was counting that.
Crypto changed everything for me, man.
No, crypto changed everything. It did. But on the call the other day, I was looking back at the call, and the call said I had 10. I think I got like 12 though, because I went and looked at it again. But I think that let me see, because I was looking at it today. I think that my is actually 11, and out of 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 are individual companies and 5 are ETFs. But now, with that being said, Jamil, to answer your question, how would I find option contracts? Start off with a 250 to 500. I want to get started. Here's what I'll tell you. Like, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you know what you're doing. Don't just look at the price of an option, because I could tell you how to find something within that range. But if you don't know what you're doing in terms of trading options, don't trade paper.
The first thing you should get is education with that money.
Man, listen, if you haven't taken DYO, the first thing you do is get with us and get DYO before you start trading options. Because the thing about options is, first off, everybody probably shouldn't be trading it. And that's something that most folks won't tell you. Specifically, people that have a course, they won't tell you this. We sell a course, and I'm telling you this. Most people shouldn't be options traders. All right? I'll tell you another thing. Most people shouldn't be buying individual stock, but that's neither here nor there. Like, the fact of the matter is, most people probably should be in ETFs or funds unless you're willing to take the time and energy to do research and make sure you have a solid foundation. You understand exactly what it is.
The thing that made me scale down is doing research, because I found all the stocks I wanted in ETFs that I wanted.
Yeah, man.
So I literally, so yeah, and that, so including yes, that include, I got 4 ETFs and 1 individual stock.
I got 6 individual companies and
No,
5
it's not even
ETFs.
individual stocks. I'm sorry, I have 4 ETFs and 1 closed-end fund. I don't have any individual stocks at all.
Mm-hmm. So, but for me, I got 6 individual companies and 5 ETFs. So Michelle says DYO is so comprehensive. Yes, it is. But that's the reason why we partner with DYO and Jay. The reason we partner with them is because it's very comprehensive, but also Jay is one of the only options traders whose courses that I've taken. Anybody got a course, I've taken it. I spent thousands of dollars on courses. Jay is one of the only ones that still talks about the long-term game and how to use options to fund the long-term game. Some of these folks out here don't even get into that. So, so Don says he has 12 individual companies and 4 ETFs. I know Don is a team VGT.
I ain't mad at that.
It's not for the faint of heart. You're right, bro. It's not. It's not. It's definitely not. See, DYO getting more love on here. All right, so that's a great question, Chris. So I just want to put this up real quick about DYO is thorough. DYO is definitely thorough. All right, so here's the thing. It's a great question. It's not that I believe in crypto more than the stock market, because here's the thing. I do recognize what the stock market is, and I understand that some people who in the crypto space are they went so far to say the stock market won't be here in the future. I disagree with that. They're going to do everything in their power to protect it, because this is how our entire system runs. It's not that I believe in crypto more, right? So I have 4 asset classes that I operate in, right? Great. Oh, that's a great comment, but I'm gonna get to that. But I have 4 asset classes that I operate in. Real estate. If I look at my overall net worth, majority of it's still in real estate. Although I come on here and talk about stocks, and I own more real estate than I do anything else. I think right now I'm at like I think I have 15 doors. At my maximum, I had 60 doors. Right now, I think I've scaled that down too. I think I'm about I got to count again, but I think I'm at 15 doors. So real estate is my number one thing. Secondary is the stock market. Third is crypto, and 4th is precious metals. And that's the reason why if you go to our site, those are the things that we teach about and talk about, is because those are things that we actually operate in this space. We don't talk about things we don't do. Like you'll never hear me talking about trading bonds, because I don't do it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
You know what I'm saying? So so that's the thing. We talk about the things that we actually do. So, but the reason is because I want to go deep. That's what she said. So I want to have. So when I talk about being in the stock market, I still have more stocks than I have crypto. Don't get it twisted. But I have more shares of the things that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to have 2 shares of this and 3 shares of that. I'm trying to have 250 shares of this, 100 shares of this. So for me, it's about building deep as opposed to building wide. Stu has an amazing point, and as someone who loves data, I love this point. I forget the magic number, but I think once you hit 18 stocks, you mimic the standard deviation of the index, and that is absolutely true. If we talk about objective data, forget people's opinions, objective data. Objective data states that once you pass a certain percentage of stocks, you do mimic the standard deviation of the index. Data also shows you that the index, beats most active managers, and that includes individual stock traders. It's one of the reasons why if you ever hear Buffett talks, he talks about just getting a fund. Now, let's see. I do have some individual stocks, but I'm buying ETFs going forward. Listen, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not for everybody.
You want to be in the market. The idea is, and the reason that we're doing the intro to stock market thing tomorrow is because we want people to be involved in the space, but we also want you to understand the risks that come with it, right?
Yeah. We want you to. Capital preservation is one of the number one things in the market, and ETF is a capital preservation tool. Because when you're in individual stocks, even though you might get more individual growth, you take on more individual risk.
Listen, I don't know what the market holds, but I do know this. I do know a lot of the folks that are in the stock market game now, selling things and doing things. They were to wake up now, folks. So one of the reasons that I was actually looking forward to a bear market is because I know how to make money in the bear market, and I know that it clears things out. I remember real estate investing back in 2007, and when it was easy to get a loan. And we was all out here acting wild. A lot of those folks ain't in real estate no more. It started to come back over the last year, but a lot of them fell completely out of the game. And you'll see the ebbs and flows. You saw with crypto when crypto took a bath. 2018 in 2019, nobody was talking crypto. The great thing about
there was one group talking crypto.
No, it is, and we were too. But that's the great thing about what we do. The great thing about what we do is we come on here every Friday. We got our Wednesday show. Everything that we talk about or do is documented. So when people say, "Well, y'all, go look," you can go look. Go look when we had Bitcoin Zay in our show and we were talking about crypto. That was during the downtime, right?
2018, 2019.
Yeah, like so. That's the good thing about documenting our journey and what we do. But what I will say is this, though. So to get back to Crystal's question, it's not. I actually believe in the stock market, but I believe in having a lot of the companies that you have. So because of that, you'll see fluctuations that are crazy. I was sharing with them in the beginning of the show, like it was at one point on Thursday, on a paper side, my account was down 6 figures on Thursday in one day. And I was sitting there laughing like, yo, this is insane. Folks was like, yo, man, I lost $300. I was like, bro, I'm down 6 figures right now. What are you talking about $300? Man?
Yeah.
But anyway, 20 individual stocks and 8 ETFs. You got to break this point down. You got to break this point down for me. All right, so basically what he's saying is, statistically speaking, when you add a certain number of companies in, especially depending upon which companies you have that are top heavy, you're going to do the same thing that you would have done if you just bought the actual ETF.
Yeah. If you got 18 companies out of any ETF, your portfolio will start to move just like that ETF does.
It's why if you look at VU, right? So if you look at VU, which is the S&P 500 fund through Vanguard, if you look at that fund, you'll notice that a lot of times it moves similar to how the FANG stocks move. And it's because it's so top heavy. With FANG stocks, it has 500 and some odd companies in it, but that's why if you ever go to those ETF sites, they always tell you the top 10 holdings and what percentage it makes up. Sometimes they're more evenly distributed, but a lot of times they're top heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like listen, I know MGK is top heavy. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys what I mean by that, as opposed to just talking about it. Let me show you real quick. And I'll use my baby to show as an illustration. There's also a video on our YouTube channel. We'll actually go through how to find out what's in your specific holding. But I'm gonna share this real quick while we're on here talking. All right, so here it is here. So this is the Vanguard Mega Cap Growth Fund, MGK. And if you look at the portfolio, right, here's the top 10 holdings. So the top 10 companies within MGK. And by the way, I do want to say this is not investment advice. I am not telling anybody to go buy MGK. This is for illustration, entertainment, and education purposes only. I'm talking about what I have, not telling you to buy anything. Please believe that. But as of January 31st, 2021, these are the top 10 holdings in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Facebook, Tesla, Visa, Nvidia, Home Depot, and MasterCard, right? And if you look, the 10 largest holdings make up 58% of the total assets. So that means that it's 100 total companies in here, I believe. All right, here we go. Yeah, so it's 100 companies. So out of those 100 companies, the top 10 make up 58% of how the money is allocated. But these are some of the companies that are within the fund, though. So you'll see Square, DoorDash, Snowflake, Uber, Sirius, Snap. A lot of good companies are within here. But those top 10, the money is allocated, 58% of the money is allocated to those 10. So that's what we mean.
I mean, if you want to look at why I chose QYLD as my number one holding. And if you go to ETF database or Global X Fund, you'll see. Okay. So my top holding that I hold is QYLD. I also hold RYLD and XYLD.
Yeah, I ain't doing enough research on the LDs to.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that those are. So if you want to look at, I'm just for me, because of the way I invest and because what I want out of my investments, this is what my investment portfolio looks like.
See, that's the thing. I hate ETF database because it doesn't give you the same breakdown that way. QYLD.
Yeah, it does. If you look on the side, it'll tell you what companies are in there.
Yeah, holdings.
Yeah,
No,
holdings.
I got you. I just didn't have
And then
the.
it'll tell you the percentage.
I actually had the. I thought you said QI. You said QY.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And this is the top 15 holdings.
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, because it's tracking the cues.
It's pretty much the same.
Because it's tracking the cues. That's the same percentages. So it's 100. It's tracking the index.
Mm-hmm.
And so 60% of what's in there is that. So I'm going by the same premise.
So here's the one thing I do some research. Let's do some live research while we on here. It's QY.
Yeah.
So let's see QYLD versus QQQ. I want to see what the I want to see what's the difference between buying the Qs versus the QYLD.
Well, it was one down there. It says comparing the two. Right there.
Seeking Alpha, right? So we're gonna do.
Oh, that's QQQX. My fault. That wasn't my fault.
I just want to see what the investment thesis is of these things right here. All right, so I don't want to bore the folks watching, but this is kind of like how you get in the rabbit hole of finding out information about specific companies. Because I was wondering about the Q, because I've never bought a covered call ETF.
Yeah.
I have to do more research, and I will do more research to see like what's the benefit. Here's the thing I will say, right? And I had this conversation. Me, Corey, and Spoon were having a conversation the other day. We had like a philosophical debate, and the one thing that I was pointing out is that the market makers and the big money aren't stupid. So there's a lot of strategies you can use, but a lot of things are built into the market. So just understand that. Michelle says that I need a LeBron card so I can sell and buy an apartment building. Listen, I'm hoping one day to sell my LeBron card for 6 figures, yo. If I don't, I'll be pissed. That makes sense. Crystal, yes, I do. In fact,
tax deferred and
in fact,
yeah,
I'll be very transparent with our audience. So up until this year, I've been using SEP IRAs, and funding SEP IRAs. I got some information from the Ivy investor who hooked me up. And as a matter of fact, we got a course coming to Buy the Hood University, which is about tax planning for Black business. But bottom line is, she got me hooked up with this Roth 401k. It's the greatest instrument I've ever used, yo. So absolutely, I have retirement accounts, and I do all kinds of wild stuff in them. Self-directed Roth 401k is my new obsession, and I just got it honestly in 2021, and I'm cooking with that.
Yeah. She showed us the advantages one night, and I was just like, Lord, like I was like, damn.
That was my last 300, bro. I ain't put nobody's name out there, man. Oh man. Listen, man, appreciate that, man. Definitely provide value, man. And if anybody got any questions and things, make sure you guys reach out to us. I will say that. Here's the thing, right? So here's Stevie. Y'all, Stu's point is correct. I'll perform with individual stocks, but I'm more active. Unless you're trying to deep dive, ETFs are less work and less risk. Great point. Something else I want to put up about that too. Shout out to Don for putting the YouTube videos up in the chat. We appreciate that. Something else I was telling him the other day, one thing that a lot of times I recognize talking to traders and being in the market so long, a lot of times people don't look at their accounts in aggregate. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we look at each trade. So we'll say, I made 30% here. I made 40% here. Okay, I took a loss here for 10%. I took a loss here 20%. But a lot of times if you go back in your account and you look at the entire year, and I was thinking about this because I'm getting ready to do like corporate taxes this weekend. Like I'm looking at everything. Sometimes you would have been better off just holding as opposed to going in and out of specific trades, even when you have wins that are 300%, 1000%. Because you first of all, no trader is going to win every trade. And if they tell you they win every trade, they're lying or they don't know how to tell the truth, one or the other. The second thing is when you look at things in aggregate, sometimes you might, even if you beat the market, right? Let's just say that you beat the market and your total return for that year was say 24% and the market made 22%. But you were sitting there trading all damn day long, every day, all day. Is it even worth it, right? Is it even worth it? So, and I'm not saying it's not, because I can't tell any of you guys how to operate. I'm not trying to tell you how to operate. But what I am saying is start to look at your years in aggregate and not looking at it like piece by piece, because you might get a different picture. That's all I'm saying. And sometimes what you'll recognize, that picture will tell you that, yo, I'm better off just buying and holding and figuring out ways to generate more revenue to continuously put into that, that buy and hold. And you'll be better off in the long run. That's not for everybody, because everybody's situation is different. Some folks
like I know some traders that make thousands of percent a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, yeah, they getting busy.
Yeah,
right?
And that's fine.
And then, but also I know some traders who are where you at, like come up 40-50%, and then after they whack you in the head for taxes, you right at where the market average is.
Because listen, that's the thing. And a lot of times people do not think about taxes and how taxes plays into this overall thing. But as my sister always says, the tax code is the cheat code.
Man,
and when you start to factor in taxes and seeing how this thing works, it's one of the reasons why real estate has always been used the way it has been, because the tax benefits of real estate are second to none. And it's another reason why I'm so excited about my Raw 401k, because now I figured out new ways to navigate and avoid those taxes. So another reason why covered calls are powerful. Covered calls are powerful is because it's a whole other avenue, a whole different way to actually be in the options game. So what's the best play for someone to make using business credit to start investing in the market? It's even for someone to use credit to start investing in the market. Just asking for a friend. Here's my response to that. Everybody's situation is different. I don't know your situation, but understand that when you use credit to invest, how much are you going to pay on that credit? So, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people borrow, right? And they talk about, yo, I made 15%. Okay, you made 15%, but you're borrowing from credit and you're paying 18%. Because when you borrow, right, you have to make more than what you're borrowing, or you're not really arbitraging at that point. You're wasting time and energy. So your specific situation would have to be looked at. How much is it costing you for that capital? Because now you got to make a minimum of that just to, for it to even make sense.
Yeah, just as a break even.
Even if you're not doing a cash advance, if it's credit, if it's some sort of credit, you're going to have to pay off.
Yeah, you got to look at the credit rate. You got to look at what they're charging you for the money and over what time period. And then over that same time period, you have to beat that percentage just to break even. And then you can start to, you know what I mean? So it's just math. Like, should you be doing it? It's just pure math. You know what you're borrowing, you know what percentage you got to pay it back at, and can you beat that percentage in the market over that time period, including all of those other factors?
Mm-hmm. On a zero APR for 12 months. All right, so now if you got a zero APR for 12 months, then you possibly can beat zero. But what's it kick to after 12 months? Is it weird that I want land? Literally, just build a portfolio of land. Land banking can be profitable, but understand land banking is very similar to
that's a long-term hold.
That's definitely a long-term hold. And you may want to reach out to our brother Jay Johnson. I don't want to put nobody's business out there, but he puts it in a public platform, so I'm not really putting his business out there. But Jay buys acres.
Yeah, he buys acreage.
He buys full acres, and he's sitting on acres right now. All my properties within the city limit. So if I add every piece of property I own up together, it probably don't equal one of Jay's acreages. But I'm in the city with it though, so it's a whole different value proposition built in. But no, there's nothing wrong with that. But land banking, depending upon where you do it, it can be profitable, but it also can be costly, right? Because understand that if you're just buying land, unless you're renting it for some sort of farming type thing, what are you going to do with it, right? Because it's not generating income, but it will cost you because you're still going to have to pay taxes on it, right?
Yeah.
So is It's similar. I had to put my charger in. It's similar to kind of precious metals, right? So precious metals don't really generate income, but they hold value. It's a store of value. So land is more of a store of value. But the difference between my precious metals and land is that land will come with a tax bill. I don't have to pay no tax bill on my
Yeah,
silver.
so I do something similar to that, right? So I'm not really a landlord, but I buy a lot of tax risk properties.
But you're flipping them.
Over time though. So I have to hold them for X amount of time. And so, I mean, I'm flipping them because I'm trying to get into other asset classes with that money. And also, you know what I mean? So it's not that, I could hold them because the tax bill on the tax sales are totally different than when you buy them
But my whole point
any
was
other way.
your question though is that like it's
Yes,
okay.
you could. So yeah, I'm doing a shorter form of land banking, basically. I'm buying them for reduced prices and I'm holding them over a certain amount of time before I decide what I want to do with it.
Yeah. So, but just understand that it comes with bills, right? So now, depending
It
upon where you
definitely
are,
comes with bills.
comes with taxes. You still may have to insure it. I know that I have some properties that I haven't touched yet. The one I just put on the market, I was sitting on that for a minute before I did anything to it. But I had to pay taxes. I had to pay insurance, and I also had to pay stormwater runoff for something they charge you in Philadelphia. So I had to pay a water bill.
I got to pay trash. You got to clean the yard because they'll charge you for that kind of stuff. Like it come with bills. Don't get it all twisted at all. It don't come with just the tax bill.
Man, y'all got me looking at my currency to do a reevaluation. Monday gonna be a different day in my retirement account. Listen, man, that's all right. Great point, and I'm gonna say something about that too. 15%. So I mean that's just a matter of strategy right there, bro. It's like understand that you gotta if you're gonna use it to make money and not pay anything on it, but just be careful with that, man. I'm very cautious with using credit to invest, and again, the reason is I was having this conversation with someone in our university. We're talking about like using margin. The reason I'm always cautious about that is because, again, I've been through bear markets, and those margin calls are not fun at all. So I always, because the thing about it is, I'm always against using credit. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless you're doing, some real estate stuff where you can put the money right back. All right, let me see. I have patience. I don't need nothing active. That's my personality. Yeah. Another great point by Pastor Eubanks. You could buy a REIT that owns land and generate from the dividends.
Yeah.
That's another way to be in a real estate. There's so many ways to be in real estate. Yeah. Stevie with some great points. If anybody's thinking about just trading and not investing in long-term positions, don't. Always have longs. Not investment advice. That's great, not advice, Stevie. I'm in a private REIT.
Now.
By tax properties, does Corey mean tax lien deed certificates or out and out foreclosures?
Both.
Boom. Dawn, what's up, Dawn? How are you?
Hey.
I was reading about ways to generate income from holding that it takes minimum effort. There's a book out there about it's called Something Dirt. And I actually read that book and tried some of his strategies. Didn't work for me, but it was a pretty good book though. REIT is a real estate investment trust. By law, the real estate investment trust has to pay a majority of the money generated from the
90%.
out in dividends.
Yep, it has to pay out 90% of what they make. So
but
now
be careful with that though.
Yeah, because it's on their profits. They have to pay 90% of profits. If they don't make any profits, you don't get a dividend. Just to be very, very clear.
I like that term. No Margie. Yeah, leave Margie alone. I don't mess with Margie. Margie's a chick I don't want nothing to deal with. I don't mess with Margie. Here's the thing: people try to take people want to do things in terms of Margie and all that because what they're trying to do is take shortcuts. Antonio told me something, and he's on here, so I always give Antonio his flowers. But Antonio said something to me before that stuck with me, and I've been in the market a long time, but I still learn from other folks. And Antonio told me, he says, when you get to be a good investor or trader, it's actually pretty boring.
Yeah, it's boring, and it becomes
he said it's actually pretty boring. everybody's excited about options trading and jumping in and out of the market. But Antonio says when you get to the point where you're actually good, when you're good at what you do, it's pretty boring. It's
Yep.
super boring. So I always think about that because, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get more bored. I'm trying to set my stuff up, automate it, and just be bored and enjoy life, not really be stuck in front of screens or a computer. So, Pastor Eubanks, I want you to know that I listen to you and I pay attention. But that right there was one of the biggest gems of 2020 for me when you said that. Like, yo, it's really boring when you get to be good at what you're doing. Yeah, there you go. The money I used to trick on shoes and bags, I have been investing. If y'all saw my closet. Hey, Crystal, we have a belief at Buy the Hood that everybody should have a trick budget, right? And we did a whole show on this on the Black Wealth Project. It's on our Black Wealth Project YouTube channel. We talk about the trick budget. Everybody should have money for tricking, whatever that thing is that you like to do, yo. So, my thing is gadgets and technology.
Yeah, because when you started to deprive yourself of things, then that's when you start to screw up your investing because you're constantly thinking about what you want instead of what you're trying to achieve. Like, don't fully deprive yourself. It's like when people, try to cut something out their life cold turkey and then end up going back to whatever drug it is, whatever habit they had, trying to cut it out cold turkey. It generally doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
set you a trick
specifically for specific people, it might work like that. But generally, like Jimmy said, if you stand back and take the 50,000-foot view, it generally doesn't work.
Yeah. Let's get you a little trick budget, whatever your trick it is. That's right, Pastor. I'll definitely be listening. So, yeah, investing is hella boring. Don, that means you're good at it.
Yeah.
you got it set and you know what you're doing. So here's another Pastor Eubanks says, anytime I started getting excited about my trading, I take time off. My longest time off was 7 months. I took 12 months off before, so I understand that. But mine wasn't that I was getting excited. Mine is because I actually felt like I was taking risks that I shouldn't have. I felt like I was gambling. And I said, let me take some time off and just focus on my long-term holds and come back. But I think that's actually, and Jose talked about it earlier, how he's taking time off of trading right now. I think that's an excellent idea. So I like the trick budget. It's like a cheat day on a diet. Listen, a cheat day on a diet, bro, is everything, yo. Listen, I'm in the process of trying to, shed some pounds now, and cheat day is everything, bro, because you actually appreciate it more. Yo, it's funny when you got a cheat day when you're trying to lose weight, bro. Like, if the food even tastes better on the cheat day, like, because you really appreciate it. Like, yo, you start to taste,
that was good.
You start to taste flavors you didn't know was there. Damn.
Right?
Yeah, flavors start acting crazy. Yeah, I just pulled a bear boost last week. Yo, Crystal getting money, man. Yo,
I want to be Crystal when I grow up.
I just didn't buy 2 or 3, and that's the thing, right? There you go.
Yeah, right.
You got it together. Then you got it.
Yeah. You did it in moderation. You did what you wanted, but you did it in moderation.
Yo, moderation is everything. So listen, man, we've been on here for about an hour and a half, man. Folks, man, thank you for kicking it with us every Friday. Here's what I want you guys to do, though. Make sure you check out tomorrow the webinar with myself and Malik. If you got family or friends you want to bring in. We're going to have fun. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to talk about the stock market, try to answer as many questions as possible, talk about specifics, and do a lot of teaching, man. So make sure you guys pull up for that. She says, I'm not rich, just reckless. So make sure you definitely pull up for that tomorrow. I'm going to share it again just because I want the folks to make sure you please support this, because this is something that we want to do. This is kind of like new for us because traditionally speaking, we actually used to be in the communities doing free presentations, but because of COVID, we don't do that any longer. So now we're trying out things. So I want to make sure we get a number of folks there so we can continue to do this. But here it is. Intro to the stock market. Pastor Carter, as he looks like on his flyer. Out here looking like Creflo. I know Corey got one coming up with him too, but with a whole different topic. But my topic that I'm doing as part of this series is Intro to the Stock Market. That's tomorrow at 7.
Yeah.
Please make sure you guys pull up and which you can, to register, you text the word stock to 215-366-0011. That's stock. You want to send it to 215-366-0011. Cora, what's the topic you're talking about when you do the what part of the webinar series?
Basically, 2 generational stock. investing. So why you should get your kids involved in the stock market and why
Ooh,
you should get children involved in the stock market.
that's a great topic. That's a great topic. And so they're going to do one in a couple of weeks, which is
On the
specifically
20th.
on the 20th. Okay, so March 20th, Corey's going to be doing one about why you should get your kids involved. So I think that's
Multi-generational.
yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah.
You say, I went to the doctor yesterday and I officially need to drink water. Listen, you could do it, yo. Everything in moderation, man. You'll do it. Yo, the secret is right now, I'm down about 75 pounds from the start of last year. And the secret is to eat less and move more. Pretty much it. You know.
Yeah, pretty much.
And shout out to my Peloton because my Peloton is everything, man. I'm about to, matter of fact, where am I in line? Yo, anybody in the Top Shot line, what y'all know about being in line, even though you know you're not getting one?
I know that life well.
My dumb ass still in line.
Yo, if you look, that was my first pack I opened.
Yeah, how about that? So Antonio says people won't spend 2 weeks to get themselves mentally together, but want to trade for the rest of their lives. Yeah, that's problematic, man. That's problematic. Yeah, powerful, man. Listen, man, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for being a part of the community, man. We try to do as much as we can to provide value and just build, man. So appreciate that, man.
Sure.
It's the same as getting them credit scores while they're young. Yeah, gotta. That's the thing when you work in multiple. And the thing about it, a lot of folks like don't really do that because their kid may not have interest. But what I recognize is just introducing concepts, even though when it sounds like they're not listening. Yo, they're listening and their subconscious gets it because then when later on in life they hear it, they be like, I heard this before.
Yeah.
Jose, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. It's definitely the journey, man.
Man. Oh, wow.
Damn. Jamil says, since being with BTH as an alcoholic, I skip days and invest in BTC.
Hey, listen, man, if that's true, that's amazing.
Whatever you got to do, bro. Whatever you got to do. Hey,
whatever you got to do to stay on track, dog, do that. I appreciate that,
listen, man. If you need help with anything, man, just reach out to us, man. That's the thing. Me and Corey try to be like, there for the folks.
Accessible and available, man.
Yeah, reach out to us.
I try to as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, no doubt. So, man, Corey, got last words before we got here, good brother?
Yo, for the people, I had some one-on-one scheduled, and I had some family trauma that I didn't do those one-on-ones. I'm gonna get back to y'all this week. So I got that squared away. And I'll be getting back to y'all this week.
Okay.
So, just to let y'all know, you know what I mean? Like, my family drama don't have nothing. It's not nothing major, but it's something that I had to take care of, and so I'll get back to those one-on-ones.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get back to you. Make sure. And Jamil, man, congrats on your journey, man. Said in hindsight, he blew over $400K on weed and drink over a 15-year period. He's playing catch up at 45.
Listen.
That's your journey, though. Your story is your story.
Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to be braggadocious. That's light. I've been there. I've been there, dog. Like, and you'll get through it, man. Listen, I'm the same as you. I started a couple years early.
But Jamil, you
will get there. You're going to get there.
You got a whole community with you now, Jamil. So anything you need, any kind of help, anything you need, bro, just reach out. Listen, your journey is your journey. You have a testimonial because
you do.
So, because guess what? There's folks out here who are still blowing money that can probably learn from you, and so continue to do what you do, good brother. And it's
listen,
we love to have
you. They didn't, I'm reeled in right now, man. Like I was way out on the edge. They didn't reel me back into where the branch don't break.
Jose, we'll see you Sunday. That's right. We shall see you Sunday, man. Hopefully we see you tomorrow at the webinar. But we also will be Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, 12 noon here on the Eastern Standard Time. We bring the MDC back to you. And Sunday at 7 p.m., we're going to have a Black Wealth Project as well. So, Sakina, that's exactly what I'm getting ready to do as well. I'm actually going to jump on the Peloton and watch some Coming to America. So, we're going to have a Coming to America. We're going to have a Coming to America review.
And Jamil, we meant every word of that. If you need something, say something.
Absolutely, man. Jamil, you got some wishes coming from YouTube, man. Sending you the best wishes, Jamil. You got this. Bro, anything you need, you got us, bro. Like, congratulations on turning everything around and keep up, man. Keep it up, man.
Yeah.
That was amazing to hear, man. But
say something.
Yeah, man. Listen, we here, bro. So thank you guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely will see you Sunday. But we appreciate you as always. If you need anything one-on-one from us, reach out, shoot me an inbox, shoot Corey an inbox, and we'll try to help you as much as we can, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with us. Peace.